I stepped inside, boots thudding against the wooden floor, each step echoing the weight of a long day settling deep into my body. The familiar scent of roasted chicken hung in the air, mingling with warm vanilla candles and a trace of Sarah's perfume, comforting smells that usually meant peace. But tonight something was wrong. They were all there, Sarah, my mother, our sons, and Peter, my best friend closer than a brother. All seated together on the couch like they'd been waiting for this moment. The atmosphere was dense, laced with something unspoken. My oldest, Jason, sat up straight, his expression unreadable but firm. "Dad, sit down," he said. His tone was clipped, rehearsed. I stayed where I was, a tight knot forming in my chest. "What's going on?" I asked, but no one answered right away. Sarah avoided my eyes. My mother sat still, clearly uncomfortable. Jason took a breath as if preparing for impact. "You need to understand something. Things are different now." He paused just long enough for the silence to crawl under my skin. "Uncle Peter, he's more of a father to us than you've been." It didn't register at first. The words floated in the room, unreal, until the meaning hit me square in the chest. My heart started to pound. I turned to Sarah. She still wouldn't meet my eyes. Peter looked completely at ease, hands folded, a smugness to him like he had already won. They all knew. They had planned this. The heat rose up my neck, rage clawing its way out, but I swallowed it. I looked at each of them, nodded slowly, and without a word walked back out the door. No one stopped me. I drove aimlessly into the night, the road stretching endlessly ahead, headlights carving paths into the dark. My grip on the steering wheel was rigid, knuckles pale. The betrayal, deep, intimate, vicious, boiled inside me. Peter. The man I trusted like blood. Sarah. The woman who once promised to stand by me. And my sons, my boys, turning their backs on the man who built their world. I had given everything to them. Worked through pain, sacrificed my dreams, endured so much just to provide. And this was my reward, exile from the life I created. I pulled into a vacant parking lot, heart thundering, breath unsteady. My phone vibrated with messages, but I ignored it. Instead, I pictured Peter sitting in my chair, living my life, wearing the skin of the man he had betrayed. No, they thought they had broken me. They thought they could take everything and leave me standing in the ashes. But they didn't know what I still had left. I unlocked my phone and started dialing. The next day they would understand what it truly meant to betray me. There were 69 missed calls before they realized. For the next 2 weeks I focused on preparation. I didn't react with anger or desperation. I didn't argue, didn't beg. Instead, I vanished from their lives, quietly watching from the shadows. First, I reached out to the bank. Since almost everything, our house, the cars, the savings, was legally under my name, I moved all our assets into a new account and locked the old ones. Every cent gone from their reach. Then I met with a lawyer. I filed for divorce and demanded full custody of the kids. Alongside that, I provided a detailed account of Peter's background, his piling debts, string of failed ventures, and the growing whispers about his shady dealings. I even brought in a private investigator. Peter and Sarah had fooled themselves into thinking they were invisible, but they had no idea just how visible they were. Every message, every secret meetup, captured, saved, ready. I also confronted my mother. She had stayed silent before, caught in the tension, unsure of where to stand. But when she sensed the storm I was about to unleash, she stepped away from their side. People like her always follow power. Then I staged my return. I walked into the house one evening, looking worn down like someone trying to pick up the pieces. Sarah and Peter were lounging in the living room, wine glasses in hand, practically gloating. The kids were nowhere in sight. Peter looked at me with a smug grin. "Didn't expect you back so soon. Figured you'd need more time to cry it out." I offered a quiet smile and sat down calmly across from them. Sarah looked unsettled. "What's with that look?" she asked. I folded my hands. "I just wanted to see the moment you both realized you lost." Peter scoffed. "Lost? You're out. The kids are with me. Sarah's with me. You're finished?" Without a word, I took out my phone and played a recording. Sarah's voice echoed through the room. "I don't love him, Peter. I never did. He was just secure." Her face went pale. Peter stiffened. Then I played another clip, Peter's own voice this time. "Once he's out of the way, I'll have everything. The house, the money. He won't know what hit him." Peter jumped up, eyes wild with fury. "Sit," I said calmly. He hesitated, then obeyed. I let the silence stretch before speaking again. "You thought you were taking everything from me. But here's the truth. Power doesn't belong to those who lie and cheat. It belongs to those who build it, earn it." Peter's fists clenched. What did you do? I tilted my head slightly. Let's see, the bank accounts? Frozen. The house. No longer yours. Sarah? I slid a folder across the table. Divorce papers. And thanks to your little confession, I'll be taking full custody. Sarah grabbed the papers with trembling hands. You can't do this. Oh, but I already have. Then I turned to Peter. You might want to check your phone. His phone buzzed. He picked it up and began reading the flood of notifications. His face crumbled as he saw the news, bankruptcy filings, fraud investigations, and his secrets broadcasted for the world to see. Everything he had tried to build, gone. I stood, straightened my jacket, and looked at them one last time. You crossed the wrong person, I said simply, then walked out. The days that followed were chaos, for them. Peter's name was ruined, his finances gutted. Sarah tried to come back, tried to apologize, but I was done. There was nothing left between us. The kids returned slowly, one by one. Their eyes filled with shame, confusion, and something like hope. I didn't welcome them back easily. Trust has to be earned, especially after betrayal. As for me, I started over. I had been shattered, betrayed, humiliated. But I rebuilt, stronger and wiser. And one night, standing by the window in my new place, city lights glowing all around, I smiled. Because I had survived. And I had taken back everything they tried to steal. Some lessons come hard. But the one they'd never forget? Real power isn't taken. It's earned. And I had just proven that.